Welcome back to First Class Investments. We're excited to have you here at Forex University. Today we're going to talk about Traders Dynamic Index. And this right here is changing the game of Forex trading. You're going to hear a lot about this throughout the Forex community because this indicator is helping people see things a lot clearer on the charts. What do we mean? It helps you filter out bad trades. And that's why it's so amazing. It helps you see potential reversal points before they happen and establish the trend. It's a multiple indicator in one. There's so many parts to it. There's so many ways you can use it. But I'm going to show you the basics of it. In semester 3, we go over exactly how we use the TDI to help us take trades. So what are the parts that's in the TDI? First, we have the RSI, which stands for Relative Strength Indicator. Then we have the trade signal line. We have the market baseline, the volatility bands, the overbought, oversold, and the 50 lines are all into this one indicator. We have so many different key parts in this indicator, and it's just revolutionizing the foreign exchange market for all traders because the first thing is it helps you filter out bad trades so you know which trades not to take. I want to touch base on the relative strength indicator because that's the main thing of the TDI. That right there measures the speed and change of price movements. On our TDI, it's plotted as a green line. So, and then you're gonna have some other lines on there. That's going to be the oversold zone, and then the overbought zone. The relative strength indicator goes anywhere from 0 to 100, but when it's in this range, 0 to 30, it's known as the oversold area, which is a great time for a reversal to happen, and it would go up. Whenever it's too high as 70 and 100, it's in the overbought zone because it's not going to go past a 0 and it's not going to go past 100. So when it's in this area, it has to turn around. And that's the amazing thing about the relative strength indicator. Because if you're in an uptrend and you keep taking buys and then finally the RSI gets in the 70 and 100 area, you can get ready for a reversal to happen soon. So that way you're not taking bad trades and losing money. Same thing if it was going down and it's in the oversold zone. It's saying, hey, we sold too much. We need to turn this around. So the RSI helps you see that. And then we have a stationary 50. And that makes it even better because whenever it's above the stationary 50, you know you can keep taking buys. And whenever it's below, you know you can keep taking downs. It's just like with the moving average crossover. When they change directions, you know. Also, the biggest thing about the TDI, it gives you entry and exit parts of it, and you can actually trade just from the TDI alone. You don't have to look at candles if you didn't want to. You can just take entries and exit on the TDI. On Baby Pips, they show you how the crossover works. So it's a dotted line like this. You see the 30 area, the 70. When it got in the 70 area, oh, look at that on the chart. It reversed and went down because it was overbought. And look at that wick. Man, you see how all this is coming together? You see that big wick on that candle? False area. And it's above the 70. Man, it started going down. As soon as the RSI crossed over, you can still take some sales. And it's funny because if we had a moving average on here, we can see how, boom, right there was a pullback. It went up, pull back, and you can take that trade straight down. It's that easy. And then it kept continuing. So the next part is the trade signal line. That is, whenever you look at that, it's a red line on the chart, on our charts. That simply means the higher time frames RSI. So it's showing you where the RSI is on the higher time frame. So that way you don't have to switch between the two views. And the rule of thumb is the higher the time frame, the more reliable you can take that trade in that direction. Okay, so that's why we have the trade signal line on there. So that way you can have more confirmations on what you should do. The next thing, and one of my favorite things, is the moving middle average line, which we call the market baseline. It's a liquid 50 line. So instead of that stationary 50 line right here that stays stuck, this one moves with the charts. So that way you can see it a lot better. You can get into trades a lot quicker and faster. Last but not least, we have the volatility bands. And the volatility bands contain all the lines. It contains everything together. And they simply act as support and resistance. Remember I told you, support and resistance is the basics of trading Forex. That's everything with Forex. Now we're giving you ways to see the chart a little faster and with more ease. So whenever there's support and resistance, with these though, they stay support at the bottom and resistance at the top. If they're ever broken, this means price is moving really fast in that area and they're getting ready for a reversal. Now, whenever it breaks the support and resistance of a volatility band, it doesn't mean that that becomes the new resistance or switch it up. It just simply means if it goes like this, it got to come back in. And then same thing if it goes like this, it got to come back in. It got to stay in between these lines. Okay, that's the point. It can't break outside these lines and start a new line up here. That's why we like the volatility bands, because they contain everything. As the bands get close, tight together, it's called a squeeze because they're coming really close and they're getting ready to break out. And when they break out, you know that they must come back in somehow. All right. Also, what we call them when they come in and out, and you'll learn more about this in the semester 3, we call those shark fins. And we'll show you why we call them shark fins and everything. So just keep those in mind. Today, remember, you're learning the language. So, and then the standard oversold and overbought, for those that were saying, hey, what do these mean? They just mean reversal moments are coming. That's all that means. When the RSI jumps to one of these areas, because you're going to watch the RSI pretty much the entire time. When the RSIs jump to one of these areas, you know a reversal is coming soon. But that's all we have for you today. This is First Class Investments Forex University. We just learned about what the TDI means. We thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day. Let's go to the next.